Hi everyone, welcome to techtex.com. So the project that we will be discussing today is an NLP-based robotic hand. So this prosthetic hand has been developed for a number of industrial applications such as manufacturing and logistics, and it can also be used for the educational purposes. So this project works on the theme of NLP, that is natural language processing, and it gets the instruction by recognizing the speech of the chosen language. So we will instruct the hand using the instructions of that particular language, and it will perform the actions as commanded. So in this project we have used concepts of robotics. Then we have used SolidWorks software for preparing the mechanical design of this robotic hand. And after that we have used Python programming language for feeding into it the speech recognition and the certain commands that we will be providing to it for performing our desired actions. So starting with the design of the hand. As told earlier, first of all, we have designed this hand using the SolidWorks software, and along with preparing the design, we have planned everything regarding the movements of this hand so that we can provide a more realistic look to this hand. And it should be noted that we haven't purchased this project from anywhere else. We have prepared it from scratch. And after preparing the design of this robotic hand, we have used acrylic board material for its construction. So moving further, here we can see that this hand has been placed over a box which contains all the electronics components that have been used in this project. So this is basically a microcontroller based prosthetic limb. So here, to make this box more user friendly, we have used an LCD to display certain things, and in addition to that we have used a button for switching on and off this robotic hand. So proceeding with the mechanical structure of this robotic hand, here we can see that this mechanical structure comprises of a few motors. There is a total of 4 motors for the movement of each finger. The motors control the movement of the finger by using some sort of string, as it can be seen here, and another motor that has been used here is for the movement of the thumb. That the motors that we have used here are all servo motors. So this is because we have to make the movement at some particular angle of these fingers, since we have to make movement of the limbs of the fingers. So this cannot be performed using DC motors that keep continuously rotating, as we can see that we have to make movement of the fingers as shown in the video. So this thing is possible only using the servo motors, as they provide rotation at some, or we can say movement at some particular angles only. So therefore using servo motors would also provide a more realistic look to our project. Let's have a look at the basic functioning of this project now. So this project is a combined representation of electronics hardware, software, and some concepts of robotics. So in this project we have fed some of the instructions like the gestures which have to be represented by this hand. We have already fed them into the database. So in the database we have recorded those gestures. For example, if we say 1, then what is to be done is only the index finger would stand and rest of the fingers including the thumb would get closed. So this project is basically based on the recognition of the instruction. It recognizes the speech, the particular instruction, and not any particular voice. So any user can give command and this hand will follow those instructions. It's not just simply based on the voice recognition. So what's exactly happening here is, as soon as a user commands, for example, if some user instructs this hand to show 1, so what it will do? It will compare it to the voice that has been provided into its database in the backend. Suppose if my voice is in the database, it will compare the given input to the voice that is already stored, and after that it will send that command to microcontroller. The microcontroller will accordingly handle, or we can say instruct, the motors to perform the gesture as commanded by the user, and our required or our desired gesture will be displayed by this robotic hand. Let's have a look at the demonstration of the working of this project. So this is a graphical user interface that we have designed, and here we have given the name of this project, that is speech recognition based prosthetic limb controlling system using NLP, for the reference of the users. So here you can see that we have a picture of the robotic hand, and here we have an option of speak. So as soon as we click on the speak button, so here we are provided with some instructions like say exit for stop, and the system shows listening. So here the user is free to give the instructions, and one thing is to be noticed here that the listening will be displayed until and unless the user gives some command that is recognizable by this code. So here if I say 1, so here we can see that it has recognized and the gesture has been visualized first, and here we can see that our robotic hand is also showing 1. So now I'll keep the camera at some distance so that we can see the picture of how the robotic hand switches. Here I said 2 and the robotic hand displayed 2 in the visualization as well. Now let's try with some other instruction. Now I'll say 4. And you can see that the robotic hand has here first visualized the picture of 4 and the hand correspondingly performed the same gesture. Now let's try with some other command. Now I'll say close. So corresponding to close, the hand is supposed to close all its fingers, and here it has done. So this is how this project works. And you must have noticed that before performing this gesture, it was visualized on the screen first. The software that we have developed here is basically in a listening mode every time, so that whenever the user gives the commands, it compares that with the commands given in the database. So if there is any recognizable command, it instructs the robotic hand as well. So for now, I'll give a command loser, for which the gesture is like in the shape of L. So I say here loser. Let's see what the limb will do. It has been visualized on the screen, and we can see that the robotic hand gave a gesture of L. It can be seen on the screen as well. So that's all about this project. Here we can see that the entire operation of this project is based on the operation of these motors, and it is one of the most advanced projects since it pushes us towards automation, and it is one of the most in-demand project in the robotics industry. Other than this, we have multiple projects that pushes towards advancement. So here let's check once again if it is voice specific or not. So here I'll ask my colleague to instruct the robotic hand, and will you please help me out? Kindly say 5.
5.
So here we can see that my colleague instructed the robotic hand as 5, and it recognized the command, and it has shown 5 here. If you liked it, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe our channel. And for more information on this project and even for buying it, you can contact on the number given on the screen. Thanks for watching and have a good day.